The greatest thing about learning the rules is breaking them. We all know how to keep our photos steady and blur-free, but sometimes you want a little blur in your photos. Maarten and I are here at Balls Falls in southern Ontario to show you how.
There are two pictures you could take of a waterfall. One where the water droplets are perfectly frozen in time.
Or you can extend the time, letting the water create a smooth, blended surface. You can take a picture of a Ferris wheel, capturing the light bulbs as individual light sources.
Or you can let the light streak all the way around. This is an essential technique for photos of fireworks.
You may have seen this effect starting to appear in magazines and newspapers, where a static image has blurred people.
But, like sweet and sour meatballs, some parts of the picture should be sharp, while others are blurry.
Here's what you need to know to take photos that are sharp and blurry. First, your camera must be able to control the shutter speed. That's the S mode. We're going to use manual mode, which also allows us to control the aperture.
We're going to demo with the Canon 60D and the Sony a6000. As long as you can adjust the shutter speed, the make and model don't matter.
You'll need a tripod to keep the camera steady.
If it's bright, you'll probably need a neutral density filter to help slow the shutter.
Set up the tripod and compose and focus your image.
The trick is to reduce the amount of light so that you can use the slowest possible shutter speed. Select the lowest ISO, that's 100 on both the Sony and the Canon.
Select the smallest aperture, that's the largest number. It depends on the camera and lens. On the Sony it's f/22, on the Canon it's f/32, though with this lens it's variable. Then set the shutter speed to expose the image properly. That should be fairly long. Do a test to see if that works.
To reduce camera shake, I use the self-timer set to 2 seconds, so pressing the shutter doesn't accidentally move the camera. A remote shutter release is another option. If that works, you're done.
If that's not enough blur, you'll need to use a neutral density filter to reduce the light so you can slow the shutter further. There are a lot of options, from a simple single or variable filter mounted on the lens like this one, to a filter system with slides.
And that's a wrap.